Hello everyone and welcome back to OMNIVORE here in Spore for our Omnivore playthrough, or really I should say our adaptable playthrough, because we are already omnivores. We have our little suckers left on from when we were tiny little cells, and now we need to focus on either being aggressive, a pacifist, or adaptable with all of the different creatures we can meet here in the world. And we are back on top of this amazing mountainside because there's this super awesome bird thing that I want to become friends with. It is like a mountain bird raptor with a floating egg, which is kind of amazing. Come on, egg. Are you going to come down? I wonder, can you like befriend the egg? Let me see if you can befriend the egg, because that would be really, really fun. All right, let's see. There's the egg. Can I knock it from the sky? Gently. Oh, look, and there's the rogues. All right, our rogue buddies are starting to show up now. But I wanted to come and befriend these creatures because they look so cool. I think they're supposed to be based off of like a dinosaur raptor in real life, the Ornithimpus. I always get the names wrong, so I'm not even going to try at this point. But I want to befriend them. We actually need more allies. We are going to be spending quite a bit more time on this continent and creature stage after all. The world is still out there, huge and beautiful for us to explore, and I want to spend a lot of time going through to each of the different tribes and either befriending them or attacking and consuming them, eating them whole, making their species go extinct. Very dramatic, but we've actually been making quite a few species go extinct over the legacy of our lifetime as the creature stage, to the point where we have come down from being these herbivore socialists to befriending a whole bunch of slugs, got a little bit too friendly, and we've been really good at being very, very aggressive since then. In fact, I would argue we've become a little bit too aggressive, because if you keep following it down, we're actually right above predator. So we do need to befriend and become more social to balance out that omnivore middle path we're trying to take. A whole bunch of different creatures. And the only creatures that we have befriended, other than the slugs way back when we first crawled out of the slimy sea, and other than the rogues, are actually my Cali cats, which are some of the creatures I have made over in our Leope Let's Play, which was really fun. So if you want to see a whole bunch of different kinds of space cats in the space cattery that I created in Spore, then definitely check out our Leope Let's Play. It is linked down in the video description. And we did run into the Leope on this continent. So there's a chance we might return to some point of this continent and have to decide if we are going to befriend or if we are going to attack the Leople. That's going to be really fun. But anyway, there's my little spiel. We're still going to upgrade our little bumblebee butterfly pretty soon. We've got a ton of DNA points that we'll be using. And I want to see what's hiding over here really quickly. There's a little bit of bones on top of this mountain. And hopefully there'll be more of these creatures somewhere nearby. The gun show graspers. Oh, that's right! And apparently, if we search for seashells over by the beach with arms, we can collect seashells and take them back to our nest. And I'm not sure if that's like 100% true, but I definitely want to try. Oh, and somebody's sleeping over here. Is this another one? Yes! Oh, it's a baby! Oh my gosh, your egg hatched while I was talking. That's amazing! Let's come and befriend you, and then I'm gonna go be friends with your baby, and maybe your other egg will eventually fall from the sky so I can befriend your entire little community. Oh, they're doing pose, dang it. That's like the one skill we don't have yet. I love the little back patch of feathers and fur bits that they've got too. That's really cool. I'm sorry, I want to be your friend too. Alright, I don't have pose. The egg just hatched in the sky and the baby just went off this cliff. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to check on the baby and make sure that it's okay in just a second here. Alright, come on, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be your friend. There we go. Now we've got something we can do together. Come on. Yay! All right, and we got the sucker kick. Oh my gosh, I wonder what that's gonna look like. Well, it is really cool to meet you, my friend. In fact, we'll go ahead and poke them with the spyglass. Look at this guy. I love how all of the feathers have come down the back of the tail. They've got lots and lots of the dermabark spikes to give it a really cool background like this. I wonder if we should use those to try to give us a more feathery look down our back. That would be really cool. I can't wait to edit the Keemqua a little bit more. So hopefully we'll get back down to our nest and have more babies soon. But I need to befriend these guys first. So, oh my gosh! Did its baby just fell off the cliff down here. That's where the baby was hiding. Oh my goodness. I guess they're born up in their nest on top of the mountain, and then they climb down to eat all of the fruit that grow down here on the side of the cliff. Look, there's more of them. You guys, look, there's another alpha. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's befriend this one and then go befriend the other alpha. I love these guys. They're just so cool. All right, we're going to do a little dance. I can totally dance too. In fact, we probably need to get better dancing feet soon. All right, let's see, another dance. There we go. And I think we actually have real wings now too. So we'll have to go get our real wings and remove our little butterfly wings we've got. All right, there you go, little buddy. Very nice to meet you. How cool that they have got this really awesome nest up on top of the mountain. And then when they hatch, they go down the mountain to be able to eat the fruit on the cliffside. That's just so awesome. And here's another one of their alphas hanging out. All right, so let's come over and befriend this alpha. Because befriending the alphas will also give you extra DNA pieces. Alright, and we'll do a little bit of charming. Oh, it has babies! It is down here. It's like one parent is up at the top nest and the other parent is down here. That's so much fun! And then when the babies hatch, the other parent guides them down to the food. I love all the observations we can do about the creatures in Creature Stage. I do not remember it being so fun or so detailed before, so maybe it's just because we're spending a lot more time in Creature Stage for once. Look, there's a Cali cat out there, an alpha Cali cat, guiding its babies around the place. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I want better wings so we can fly over everybody and see what they're up to. Alright, and there's some little graspers. Thank you very much. It was very nice to befriend you and your beautiful children and the rest of your awesome tribe. Befriending creatures is definitely a new thing for the Keemqua, but I think it's super important. Oh, look at the little Cali cat babies. Ah, they're so cute. Oh my gosh, and look! They're coming down to the water. That is so cool. So they really travel very, very far from their nest as well. That's really awesome. But befriending different creatures is still a very new thing for the Leo, or not the Leo plate. The Leo plate would be really, really weird on. But befriending different creatures is still something that the Keemqua aren't quite used to doing. I'm sure that they're going to have to kind of pick up the pace and attack a few of the more aggressive species that we just can never befriend. And we have made many, many different groups go extinct. Like we made whoever used to be over here go extinct. Oh gosh, and there's a bunch of angry mushrooms. Okay, maybe not there. It was over here? Yeah, right over here. We made whoever used to be here go completely extinct. And now we can come on over, and if we're low on health, we can heal up here. But we're beginning to learn that if we remove all of the other species from the surrounding area, and if we remove all of them from our fields, then somehow our fruit just doesn't grow as well. The flowers don't blossom as wonderfully. And I think that's because, with their gigantic brains almost ready for the tribal stage, the Keemqua are realizing that they need other species hanging out in their fields to be able to keep the area healthy. And I really like that idea. They are learning that they need like these big bull species. We need to go and befriend these bull species in just a second here. Look at all of the flaps we're able to do. That's so cool. I can't wait to have better wings so we can just glide all over the place, watching over all of the different creatures and their nest and seeing what they're up to. Oh, is that them? That's them! I like to imagine that the Keemqua are beginning to put two and two together and realizing if we leave these big guys here in the fields, then as they roam around and leave their manure behind, the plants and the flowers that grow in those spots grow a lot better, which is very complicated for a little creature stage creature, but we've almost got the brains to take on tribal stage. So I just like to imagine that we're putting together all of the different pieces of how the different communities... Look at that! I cannot wait until we're able to adventure. We're one day going to be able to take to space and fly to that planet. Isn't that the coolest thing? Oh, I love Spore. Oh, I can't wait to do that. But anyway, that's what oh, and there's a big fight going on with the thistles and the marlows over there that we'll look at later. But I like to imagine that that's what the Keemqua are currently doing. We're going to go over the entire continent. And thank you guys for letting me know. We cannot fly to the other continents, unfortunately. Are there any seashells over here? I'm going to examine the shore for some seashells. But thank you guys for letting me know. We cannot fly to those islands or anything. I forgot that there's actually like a game stopper where a gigantic creature, an enemy from the depths, a gigantic hungry like shark thing will leap up and eat you if you try to travel off your continent, and that's just the way the game keeps you on the only playable spot, which is the continent. So alas, that's that ends our chances to explore the whole world, but we'll explore the whole continent and either befriend or battle every single nest we find while we try to collect all of the creature pieces and make the Keemqua look as awesome as possible. So that's our goal for the next few episodes. So if you guys are really like, I don't like creature stage, hang in there, we'll get over it eventually. And if you're like, I love creature stage, then you're in luck. All right, let's see if we can befriend these bulls because we like keeping them around our fields so that they can keep the flower fields healthy. All right. What say you? Oh, well, if you're going to call the alphas over, for crying out loud, let me go ahead and work with an alpha so I can get an extra piece of the different creature parts. All right, are we cool enough to impress them? I think we need to upgrade our feet. But we have a lot of really cool rogues, and that might do it. Oh no, I don't think we're going to be able to do it, guys. I think we need better dancing shoes. Or literally better dancing feet. Alright, if we only have 2 more chances to impress these bulls. We do have some really fancy feathers, though, that I'm pretty proud about. Alright, what do you think? What do you think? Fancy feathers, eh? And then one more. And, oh, we're so close. Oh my gosh, please. Yes! Alright! Yes! Oh, and we got a new crustacean charm piece. I can't wait to collect all the different pieces and see how the Keemqua can come out on top. Here's another one of the alphas. So let's befriend the alpha of this interesting tribe. And we'll convince them to roam carefully around the fields that we keep our nest in. And keep the flowers and the fruit healthier. Look at how the babies are following that alpha around. I love it. Or I think, yeah, that's one of the alphas, I believe. Alright, we've got lots of fancy feathers. Just have to show them off just right. Don't mind if I do. Oh, look at the babies tumble over each other. I swear I've never really seen how awesome Creature Stage can be with Spore and all the different exploring bits you can do. Oh, and then thank you guys for letting me know. We might be able to make 2 of the epics fight. I will try to see if we can get an epic versus epic fight going. No! Dang it! That's what I thought. Alright, we're not impressing these bulls. We have to go and get fancier feet. So that'll be something. I think it's past time for us to see with over 1,000 experience points how we can improve the Keemqua. So let's jump down here. Hello. Yes, you're looking quite nice in the light of the flower fields today. Don't mind if I wiggle around, you wiggle around. An egg right here, this nest. What do you think about this plan? Oh, seems like it's pretty delighted. Alright, let's go ahead. Looks like we've got a healthy population. And look at all those seashells! How did I never really notice that there's so many seashells in the nest before? I want to find some seashells. Oh my gosh, look at all the pieces we have. You guys! Look at all of these! Sprint, look at this one! Alright, so we've got the totening, which provides a ton of jump and dance to our creatures. And I think I have to restart my Spore soon because I'm having trouble with being able to move the mouse around. I have to overcompensate by like an inch. So apologies if I accidentally yank off its head while I'm trying to tweak a feather. That's what's going on there. But let's see. You can spread the feet out, keep them close. The reason I'm going with the totening is that it has really high jump. Slasher Knight, actually. It has really high dance and really high jump. And I would really like to have like these feet instead because they're much more like bird feet, aren't they? Look how cool they are. But I don't know if they're powerful enough. I feel like we need to wait until we can get one more to, and here the elevator claws give good jump and the raptor claws give good jump too, but they don't give very good dancing. So then we lose our ability to dance, and we're learning that we have to charm a whole bunch, or we have to dance and charm a whole bunch of the different creatures. And ironically, I don't think we have very many. Yeah, we don't have any of the other legs yet. Isn't that so weird? So we need to be able to get more of the legs in order to, like, I don't think we want to use the Scintilegs, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm not feeling that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we don't want to use these insecty legs or like these bone legs for the Kimqua. So I think we're going to go ahead and wait until we have different legs. Let's see. To make them look different there. And the raptor claws are just really cool. But we don't really need charge. I don't know. Like that jump is what we're going for, but this is level 5 jump and this is really high dancing. So we're going to keep these feet for now, just because those have the traits that we're really going for. Now a big thing we do need to change about the Kimqua is actually their mouth. So let's go ahead and we're going to put in the best of these bird-like beaks. There's a whole bunch of cool mouths we could put down. Everything from the mole rat, which is kind of cute. And then you've got the lavark. I've never actually tried making a creature with like an elephant horn or an elephant nose before, or more, this is more like an aardvark actually. I've never really tried making a creature who has a mouth like this, so maybe we'll do that in the future. And then we have the ruminator, which reminds me a lot of a manatee. And then we've also got the whelpulent. Look at that, that's so cool. Not exactly what we're going for, like haunch face, also not exactly what we're going for. With our little bird bumblebees, but one day it'll be fun to try using the pieces that I never use to create new creatures, just to challenge ourselves. But we're gonna go with the grubble maw. Again, it's an herbivore mouth. Apologies, we do still have our little suckers. As long as I keep those, we will technically be omnivores. We don't have access to the omnivore mouths, but this does let us play as omnivores, because as long as we keep these little suckers, I can still eat the meat of the creatures we defeat. Alright, and then we have the grubble maw. And this is going to be the piece I think we'll use. I wonder if I can move the eyes onto... Do I like that? Do I like that? I don't know. Let me try shrinking down the grubble maw. It gets kind of... No, I like this better. It was kind of getting some of the idea across, but not as much as I wanted. Now, should we have super long... super long beaks like hummingbirds do? Oh my gosh, that's kind of cute. I would have never thought to try that out and like change the shape that dramatically. What if we have... Oh my goodness, it is like a little hummingbird beak. I love it. Oh my gosh. And can I shrink the face down a little bit more? You guys, I actually really like that a lot. Oh my goodness. I think that's as far as I can make it in length too. I might want to tilt it back a little bit so that it can... There we go. Look at that! That is so cool. I really like that actually. Let me pull the eye back a little bit. Maybe shrink it just a teensy bit because we have shifted. And then birds really have eyes that kind of are on either side of their head. So let's see. Let's try that. I like it. I like it a lot. I wonder if there's new types of pincers that we could put in. And also, I wonder if we should put some sort of decorative detail piece around the mouth and the beak, like the bumbleborts. What happens if I do this? See, you've just got to get really adventurous. You have no idea, like, where unexpected... Oh, what? You have no idea where just unexpectedly trying out putting down a couple... items just for the heck of it will take you. Let's see, what about this one? Or what if we line a whole bunch of these up on the chest? Because you know how hummingbirds and bumblebees, or hummingbirds especially, have like those iridescent feathers? So I was thinking it'd be really fun if we could kind of line up a whole bunch of these crystal pieces that look so cool. And then maybe what they could do is make different colors on the chest. Kind of like the way a hummingbird, when a hummingbird moves, there we go. The different sizes could give them different colors and make it look kind of iridescent. But I don't know how that'll look because they already sort of have a belly look. Maybe, I don't know, we'll play with that idea. I don't think I can make them as small as I want. And it might be better just to work with like actual feathers. Like feather charms and put those on the chest somehow. But I want to give a bit of a belly to the Kimqua of some type, because right now they don't really have much of a belly, and that may sound kind of weird, but I have my birds and they're always leaning down and preening their bellies. They're always preening their chest and kind of making the feathers look nice. And in Gouldian finches, what they do is the females will keep an eye on how the males look with the feathers, that they have different colors on their chest. And that is one of the things that will attract them to the males. So kind of thinking about that too. Yeah, I don't know about the stomach idea. I kind of like the feathers in the front like this because it hides their like frog belly and gives them more of a bird look. But let's try swapping out all of these varied pieces. What if we go with just one big piece to give them a cool chest? Because we could do just like one dermabark, or we could do the bone knee pads to give them a chest. I've done the bone knee pads a lot in the past, but I kind of want a look that reflects the fact that they're supposed to have iridescent, fun-colored chest. Kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. Not quite what I'm going for. I wonder if it'll be different when we have the upgrade of those pieces. But we'll go with just a normal dermabark piece for now. Because at the very least, like, it adds a little bit of charm, adds a little bit of health, and this one will add a little bit of health and be a little bit plainer. No, it's not supposed to be on the end. That's interesting. Something on the end of... That's interesting indeed. That was an accident. But I didn't even think about that. That could be very interesting. Okay. Well, remember that. Not quite where I want bone knee pads, but that turned out a lot cooler than I thought it would. All right, let's make a big... See, and then you can make like a big chest piece like that. And if I pull it up a little bit, see what I mean about how it gives them like a stomach definition? And that's just what I always think about when I think about my birds. Anyway, speaking of birds, we have something fantastic down here that I've been neglecting to look at for just a second. And that is, let's yank off the butterfly wings, the cassowary wings. Look at them. Look at them. It gives us level 1 jump and level 5 glide. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of them. That's so cool. Oh no, I put them on top of the feathers. Oh no, okay, I'm gonna have to remove these feathers for just a second. And what I was thinking of doing with the Kimqua, not giving them super duper tiny weird wings like that, by the way, but is pulling this back, and then if I can yank this around so that it stays up against the body. Not quite like that, please. All right, what if I turn it like this? It's really tricky because yeah, there we go. I want the bird wings to be like up against the body, but not going through the body. So we might need to make a little bit of a defined waist. That may help us out. Where the Kimqua have a little bit more of a waist at the front and the back. We'll figure this out. Oh dear. Who knows? Okay, I won't keep you guys much longer. I know a lot of you guys love watching as we make the creature, and I wrestle with the different pieces and the decisions of like how we're going to scooch it around. And I know some of you could care less and just want it to be a speed through, so hang on. But you know what? The important thing is that I'm having fun, right? All right, there we go. Yes, I think I finally got the wings where I wanted. Fantastic. That's kind of what I wanted for them. I think it's about time to change out these little dermabark things. And let me actually... There we go. Okay, guys. Nobody panic. Ah, that's so cool. But what I really wanted to do was figure out a way to make them, like bumblebees have multiple sets of little wings, right? Well, what about if we gave these guys multiple sets of little wings? And they're going to overlap a lot, and I worry that they'll look a little weird. That's so fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh my goodness. And I wonder if there's some way to make it like blend a little bit better. Like, let's see, with these? No, not with those. We'll have to play with it. I'm just super excited because I can never make things look anywhere decent enough in Spore for what I was going for. But I'm very happy about that. I think I'll maybe want to pull off the little dermabark things, but we're going to have to think, or the little flaps on the back. We'll think about that. And we still have so much experience. We still have so many DNA points. With 2 sets of wings, no less. Well, let me think. You know what I think we could put back here? Where's my attack pieces? what if we go ahead and grab the Porky Pain? Because that will increase our spit through the roof. And I want to leave these two little pieces on top of the Keemqua's head. I really feel like that actually gives them a lot of character for what they are now. That just is like a defining Keemqua trait in my mind. Let's see. I might want to shrink down the face just a little bit like this. That's actually turning out... I'm very happy. Oh my gosh! I'm actually very happy with this. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then what about here? And then shrink here, and then try again. I'm pretty happy. Maybe a little too thin, but birds have very thin little faces. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've been this happy with a Spore build in a very long time. Anyway, the Porky Pain. I was thinking, what if their little spikes they have on their butt are kind of like shark teeth? And you know how shark teeth actually will fall out over time? And if a shark bites something and its tooth snags or chips or gets damaged, then it's fine because the shark tooth will actually regrow and there's always a new set behind them. Well, what if that's the way that these little stingers, these Porky Pain stingers, work on the Keemqua? And with the Keemqua, they have this big giant stinger and they utilize it in their fighting and making sure that they keep things away from their nest, just like a little bumblebee. But if the stinger happens to fall out or get damaged, they have all these other ones that then grow in behind it. I really like that idea. Also, I really want to swap out these little flaps for something a little fancier. Maybe some peacock feathers? I'm not sure. We're going to have to play with this a little bit and figure out what else would look really nice back here. All right, I'll go ahead and leave those for now, though. All right, come on. Undo, undo. Okay, there we go. But I like the idea of having the Porky Pain in there, and then that also increases our spit to like level 5. Nice. And I think our bite is really low, but what we normally do anyway is spit and scent mark the creatures we're going to attack, and then sick our rogues on them. So I think that'll go quite well. I think I'm happy with how small the face is. And we'll work on gathering up some more DNA points so we can decorate. And I want to unlock a whole bunch more of the decoration pieces, because we've hardly messed around with a ton of the decoration pieces. And I think it would be really fun to be able to like find different bits and bobs that might potentially look pretty good on our Keemqua. You never know what we can stick on them, and we'll just be like, this is it! This is the thing they always should have had! Oh, that does remind me though! Alright, hang on, wait for it. Wait for it. I think they need... Dun dun dun! Ta-da! They need some little moth pieces! You see? Like a little moth has its little antenna. What do you think about that? Huh? What do you think about that? Maybe a little bit busy. Maybe we'll replace it with something else in the future. I was actually thinking like maybe one of these twirly-doos. But I like the idea of them having kind of like a moth-like little sensor, little feelers on their forehead. So we'll try that out. Keemqua! You look dramatically different, my dear. Like I'm not even sure where to begin. I feel like I feel like we need arms now, actually. I'm beginning to feel the urge for graspers, but for that we're going to need some more DNA points. So let's see if my hopes and dreams are going to come true and the Keemqua are excellent flyers now. That's really what all of our fingers... Max power! Build a creature with maximum stats in at least 4 abilities in creature stage. Nice! There you go, little Keemqua! You are much more like hummingbirds with your long beaks now! Oh my gosh! Alright! Did you see that? Do you see how easy that is now? You guys! With their double wings! And the double wings that fold in properly when they are sitting down. This is going to be awesome. Alright, I feel like we're really making tremendous progress. Now, what we really need to do is go through, befriend, and fight as many of the different creatures we feel is appropriate to do. Oh my gosh, I love the little green dot on top of that little feeler feather they have. And we are going to gather up as many of the different pieces to the Keemqua's creature stage as possible. Come back and we'll continue fiddling with their design. They may be a little bit too thin in the top for my taste now, but we'll figure out how to make our little hummingbird, bumblebee, flying Keemqua, nom omnivores conquer their world. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.